I'm going to be so real. I'm going to be so real. I'm going to be so real. If you're a Real Madrid fan and you're happy with today's performance, what are you doing to yourself? Why are you lying to yourself? If you're a Madrid fan and you watched the full 95 minutes, when I say watched, I mean actually watching the game. You didn't watch the highlights, you didn't watch the scoreline, you didn't watch the stat sheet, not a foot mob, a surfer score. You actually watched the full 95 minutes. We got lucky. We got absolutely lucky. That 1-0, don't let it fool. Don't let it fool you, bro. Don't let it cloud your judgment. And this is a performance that we're dropping just before El Clasico on a Sunday. We're playing Barcelona in less than 4 days. And this is the performance that we're dropping. This is the momentum that we're taking to El Clasico. This is bad. This is so bad. So bad. I mean, nothing is going right at the moment, especially with the performances that we're dropping recently. But the only thing which I guess is going right for us, the only thing which is a bit positive with everyone else watching, is that this video is sponsored by no other than Proton VPN, the only VPN that matters in life, and the only reason why I'm happy in life. You guys already know with Proton VPN, I've said it so many times. I've said it so many times, wherever you go, wherever you are, it's there. It's there. When I travel internationally, it's there. But even in the UK, when I'm streaming, when I'm watching the game, when I'm just traveling internally to different cities around the UK, I use Proton VPN whenever I go. Because it's fast, it's secure, it's the best thing going at the moment. It's the best thing going at the moment. And everything that I watch is no lags, no buffering, nothing at all. And if you want that feeling, you know what to do. Scan the QR code right now. The link is in the description right now. Because it makes you feel home, even though you're not at home. And that's Proton VPN. That's literally Proton VPN. Even though you're traveling, even though your mind is somewhere else, your body is somewhere else, your heart is somewhere else. But sometimes at home, I got my family at home. I got my TV shows at home. I've got my El Face watch along at home. And sometimes you're missing things at home. But even though you're traveling, even though you're outside, you're outside. Sometimes you're outside and you don't have time to do anything. You're enjoying yourself. Sometimes you're home when you feel you're at home. And that's what you need right now with Proton VPN. And that's what Real Madrid needs, because sometimes I'm not at home. When I'm watching this performance, I'm not feeling at home. I'm not feeling calm. I'm not feeling reassured. I'm not feeling secure. Because this is the kind of performance that we're dropping just before the El Clasico. And yes, some people are going to look at the stat sheet right now. The stat sheet is 66%. 66%. Oh my goodness, great. 2.821 XG. Oh my goodness, great. 22-28. Oh my goodness. 10 shots. Oh my goodness. But brother, let me tell you one thing right now. Those little XG for Juve, they hurt us more than this. They hurt us way more than this. And I'll tell you exactly why. I'll tell you exactly why. This is the lineup that Real Madrid played out. And I'm not even going to talk about the line. I'm not even going to talk about anything. The first half wasn't good enough. The first half wasn't good. We had one moment, but the same thing goes to Juve. Juve had that moment. Juve had two moments, actually, in the first half. Two moments. With Kenan Yildiz and with Kalulu were two attempts. Tibor saved us in 2 moments in the first half. And our best chance in the first half came from the last 5 minutes of the game, where Mbappe had a chance with a pass from Brahim Diaz, and that attempt from Eder Militao with a nice little moment, nice little individual moment by Mbappe on the right-hand side, where he squared it to Militao, and it went just wide. And that was our best moment. Our best stretch of the first half came in the last 5 minutes of the game. Even though the first 30 minutes of the game, yes, Juve parked the bus. And yes, Juve had 11 players behind the ball. And yes, Juve played a very low block. But every time they attacked us, it looked threatening. It looked with intent. They knew what they were doing. They had a purpose when they attacked us. And this is what other teams are going to do. Because if we're leaving this kind of space against Juve, imagine what we're going to do against other teams, the likes of Barcelona on a Sunday. And the second half, I was expecting to be some changes, some rotations, players coming off the bench because certain players in the first half didn't play well. No one came on. It was the same 11. The same 11 that started the first half, that ended the first half, started the second half. And, of course, we got our goal from Vinny Jr. in about 10, 15 minutes into the first half with just a plain individual play. Individual play by Vinny Jr., hits the bar, goes past 3-4 players, hits the post, Jude Bellingham with a tap in, hence the reason why the XG is that high is because that takes pretty much one full XG off that goal of the Jude Bellingham goal. But you know what's scary? You know what is kind of mad is moments before that goal, Juve had a chance with Dusan Vlahovic. 1v1 at the Militao, Kana, which I'll talk about player performances. Thibaut Courtois saved us. And it was the beginning, even though we scored a one goal and we had moments to finish the game off. Brahim had a moment, Mbappe had a moment, Fede had a moment, Vinny had a moment, Jude had a moment. We had moments when we scored the goal to finish the game off, but we didn't. We didn't finish the game off, and Juve continually had moments to get a draw, to get that draw. Last-ditch tackles by Raul, last-ditch blocks by Eder Militao, last-ditch tackles by Alvaro Carreras, crucial saves by Thibaut Courtois. It was moments for moments. Both teams, Madrid had moments to finish the game off. Juve had moments to get an equaliser, to get that second goal. And the game ended 1-0. Very similar to the Club World Cup game. But the performance wasn't convincing at all. The performance wasn't convincing. This is not the kind of performance that I'm going to be playing El Clasico on a Sunday against Barcelona, who hasn't been great themselves. But Barcelona got players that can hurt us. And if Juve had actual players that had high intelligence in the final third with actual IQ, this game would have been different. This game would have been 1-1 or 2-2 or 3-2 or 2-1 to Juve. Because Juve could have won that game. The scoreline says 1-0, but Juve could have literally won that game. The same way we could have had more moments. We could have scored with moments from Fede and Mbappe and Brahim with the goal line clearance, but it wasn't good enough in terms of performance-wise. It wasn't good enough in terms of defensively. It wasn't good enough in terms of leaving them so much space. We made a very average, a very below par, a team who came into this game, hadn't won a single game in 7 games. And Juve fans, I was chatting to Juve fans. I made a whole match preview about Juve fans saying that we're not great. Every single Juve fan predicted this game to finish 4-1, 3-1, 5-1 to Real Madrid, except they were surprised. In the watch-along, I had Juve fans in my watch-along say, hold on, this is the Madrid team that you guys are talking about. They were surprised with us. They were shocked at how bad we were. And if we're trying to win the Champions League, if we're trying to win the league, if we're trying to compete for this tournament, we're not going to win this tournament playing like this. And I hope you guys understand this. And I hope I don't come across as being negative and X, Y, and Z. I'm just being realistic right now. Because if we think we can play like this and still win the Champions League, then brother, you guys have got it all wrong. You guys have got it all completely wrong. Because we're not beating Paris Saint-Germain playing like this. We're not beating Arsenal playing like this. We're not beating Bayern playing like this. We're not beating Barcelona playing like this. And this has been the habit of Xabi Alonso, especially in the second half, when he's taken off our best player, the person who at that moment created about 8 chances for us. He was putting players' chances on the plate for everyone. Arda Güler gets taken off. At what minute was it? What minute did Arda Güler get taken off? Arda Güler got taken off at 74 minute. 74 minute got taken off. But guess what? At 74 minute, he got taken off. After that, we looked absolute clueless. We didn't do nothing after the 84 minute. Nothing. We had no chances except for that one final chance with Fede Valverde, the last second of the game where he should have shot instead of passing to Gonzalo Garcia. Other than that, we did nothing. I'm not sure why he went off. I'm not sure why he's been taken off. And I thought Atleti was a game for Alonso to realize, for him to understand that taking Arda Güler off in these kind of moments is the bad move, but clearly he hasn't learned because he keeps doing it. He keeps doing it. I don't understand why he keeps doing it, but he keeps doing it. He did it against Atleti when it was 2-2. He scored and assisted, and we lost 5-2. And now he's doing it again when he's been taken off. The game is 1-0. I don't say he's been arrested for El Clasico because we've got about so many... Mbappe's playing El Clasico. Vinny's going to play El Clasico. Carreras, Militao, Fede, Thibaut, Jude, all of those players are playing El Clasico. So don't tell me he's been arrested because that means everyone should be arrested for El Clasico. The reason why he took Arda Güler off is because he realized Igor Tudor was about to bring on Jonathan David, Penna Locatelli, and he needed more defensive security. But what you could have done, you could have taken Brahim Diaz. That defensive sub could have been Brahim Diaz, and Bruno Camavinga put Arda Güler a bit more advanced. Like, that's what you could have done, but you didn't do it. Again, you did it against Atleti, you're doing it again. But if I tell you right now who your best 3 players are, you'll get an idea why this performance and this scoreline is very, very generous. Our best 3 players of the game. Number 1 goes to Thibaut Courtois for all the last-hit tackles that he made. So many 1v1s. How many in terms of force? I mean, I don't know what 0.28 XG prevented. I don't know what kind of nonsense I'm seeing from them. But Thibaut Courtois made about 5 to 6 to 7 saves. 2 in the first half, 3 or 4 in the second half. And that save he made to Dusan Vlahovic, which should have been 1-0. But was such an amazing, amazing save. And I don't understand how that save isn't more than XG. I don't know how XG works nowadays. Maybe because Dusan Vlahovic took it from literally from the halfway line all the way to the thing to the Madrid box, and maybe that's not high XG, but it was literally a 1v1. So for me, Thibaut Courtois was the best player. The second best player for me was Eder Militao. For how many last-ditch tackles, how many crucial blocks, even the chance that I was talking about with Dusan Vlahovic having that 1v1. If it wasn't for Eder Militao, that would have been a very easy 1v1. It was a 1v1 because Eder Militao made it difficult. And yes, he lost him. Yes, Dusan still got the shot, but Eder Militao made it difficult throughout the whole run. Throughout where they battled for it, and Dusan surprised me because he had speed. I wasn't expecting him to be that quick, especially this year. But Eder Militao put pressure. He managed to put a lot of pressure on him, which made the shot a bit difficult, which made Dusan go a little bit on his left, which made the angle a bit more tighter. But still, if it wasn't for Eder Militao, that would have been an easy 1v1 attempt. Raul Asenio, for that massive, crucial, last-ditch tackle for Openda. Because if that tackle wasn't made, that would have been 1-1. Thibaut wasn't diving. Go watch the replay. Thibaut was standing still, and that shot was going bottom corner if it wasn't for Raul. Alvaro Carreras, for the second half performance that he dropped, being so important. First half, he got cooked by Kalulu so many times. He made bad passes, very lazy. The second half, so good in the second half. And then Arda Güler was sensational. Arda Güler was our only spark in the final third in terms of creating, in terms of finding players. Vinny, great moment to score the goal. Mbappe had his glimpses, but wasn't great. Brahim Diaz, again, glimpses, wasn't great. Jude Bellingham had a good performance with, of course, it scored a goal, but Arda was way better. I don't understand how Jude Bellingham is man of the match when Arda was way better. Eder Militao was way better. Thibaut was, I don't understand it, but all I'm saying, if we play like this against Barcelona, then we're cooked. And I'm going to be dropping a match preview tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a stream with a Barcelona fan on Friday. Because Barcelona are going through their own messes of their own. They're not great either. They've got injury issues themselves. So both teams are heading into this game not being the best, but there is more confidence in Barca fans to get something from this game than Real Madrid fans. Because of what happened last year and because of what happened this year with the big games. With PSG and, of course, Atleti. So like I said, I'm skeptical. And excuse me for being skeptical, because I don't believe that this team can be the team which they lost 4 times to this season, and that the team that every big game that we've had this season, we've lost. And Juve, I don't know if you want to consider this a big game or not. Some of you guys might, some of you guys don't. We played at home. I don't know what you guys want to consider, but that wasn't good enough. And let me know down in the comments what you guys thought about today's game, because if you tell me it's great, then fair enough. I know where you are. I know what your standards are. I know how far below your expectations are for this team. But listen, as I said, may God help us against Barcelona on Sunday.